Come, let us reason together. Have you ever wondered why two men placed before the same challenge do not meet it in the same way? One hesitates, filled with doubt, the other moves forward with confidence. One is lost in uncertainty, while the other sees a path clearly laid before him. Why is this so? Surely, it cannot be mere luck or fortune. No, my friend, it is the way in which they have carved their minds, the pattern in which their thoughts flow, the unseen path of the intellect that shapes their choices, their actions, and ultimately their destiny. For does a river not flow in the path it has long worn into the earth? And does a craftsman not follow the grooves he himself has carved into the wood? So too does the mind, trained by habit and experience, flow along well-worn channels. These channels, these invisible pathways of thought, determine not only how we see the world, but how we move through it. They are the patterns that decide whether we rise to meet life's challenges or shrink before them. But let us not speak in riddles. If the mind follows the path it has carved, then the question is not, why do I struggle? But rather, what path have I been walking? Have I, by my own habits and beliefs, worn a trail that leads to fear and hesitation? Or have I shaped my intellect to meet difficulty with clarity and strength? If it is true that the mind is shaped by the path it follows, then we must ask, can the path be changed? If a river may be redirected, if a road may be reshaped by a careful hand, then must it not also be possible to reshape the path of our own thinking? The answer is simple. It can be done, but only by choice. Now let us consider how this reshaping is done. There are three great truths by which the path of the intellect may be reformed, and if you grasp these, you will begin to see change not as a distant hope, but as a certainty. The first truth is this: what you give your attention to, you give power to. Imagine standing before two plants. One represents the thoughts that build you up, confidence, curiosity, discipline. The other represents the thoughts that weaken you, doubt, fear, complaint. And yet you have but one source of water. The question is simple: which will you water? It seems obvious that one should nurture that which is good and starve that which is harmful. Yet in life, we often do the opposite. A man who thinks constantly of failure feeds the very fear that binds him. A woman who believes she is incapable strengthens the chains that hold her back. But one who instead turns his thoughts toward what is possible, toward what can be done, rather than what cannot, he nourishes the plant that will bear fruit. So I ask you now, when doubt creeps into your mind, what will you do? Will you feed it, or will you turn your attention elsewhere? If you would reshape the path of your intellect, begin here. Train yourself to focus on what moves you forward, and what you focus on will grow. The second truth is this: action is the master of hesitation. Have you not noticed how often men delay, not because they lack ability, but because they overthink? They stand before a great task and see it as a mountain, and so they never begin. But wisdom teaches us that no mountain need be climbed all at once. Only the first step must be taken. If you would move forward, if you would break the chains of inaction, then do not ask yourself, can I finish? Instead, ask, can I begin? The great builder does not raise a temple in a single stroke. He places one stone and then another. And so must you. If a task seems too great, reduce it. If you struggle to act, then do only what takes a moment. A single breath, a single movement, a single word written on a page. And once you begin, you will find that movement itself carries you forward. Here then is the practice. Whenever you hesitate, do something small, something that takes no more than a few moments. For once action begins, hesitation falls away. The third truth is this: not all effort is equal. Choose the path that leads to the greatest result. Have you ever seen a man running in circles, moving constantly but arriving nowhere? Many do this in their daily lives, mistaking mere motion for true progress. They exhaust themselves in endless tasks, yet accomplish little. If you would truly reshape the path of your intellect, you must learn to ask, what is the one action that will bring the greatest change? Not 10 things, not 20, just one. For if a man has only a small store of strength, should he spend it in scattered efforts, or should he focus it upon that which will make the greatest difference? This is the wisdom of the sculptor, who does not strike the marble at random, but chooses the precise point that will give shape to the whole. And so too must you learn to choose wisely where to direct your effort, for for in choosing well, you accomplish far more with far less struggle. Now, let us consider all that we have uncovered. If the mind follows the path it has carved, then we must take care in how we shape it. If what we focus on grows, then we must nourish that which strengthens us. If hesitation is defeated by action, then we must train ourselves to begin, even in small ways. And if not all action is equal, then we must choose carefully where we direct our energy. Do not think these are mere words. These are principles by which you may reshape your mind, and in doing so, reshape your life. The path of the intellect is not fixed. It is carved by your thoughts, your actions, and your choices. So now I leave you with this final question. What is the first stone you will lay on this new path? What is the first seed you will plant in the garden of your mind? For wisdom is not in knowing alone, but in doing. And the life you seek is not built in thought alone, but in the path you choose to walk. What path will you carve starting today?